All right, you guys have seen video of this. It's been going around, super viral, really big in the Asian community. It's the first place I saw it. But a Vietnamese smoke shop owner in Las Vegas stabs a teen robber 7 times.
Oh, that video.
I saw this in the knife community. I'm a big part of the knife.
Oh, you're part of the knife community? What about the knife Asian community? Are you
I'm not a part of that.
okay.
Are you more of a fixed blade or switch, pull?
Also, I think it's important to first note that like nobody knew he was a teen. You know what I mean? What
that does make it sound like so much more worse.
It makes it sound like the guy defending himself was like fucked up, but like realistically, he's still a robber, right?
No, the cat was completely covered up.
Because when you watch just the guy hopping over the stand and then him getting stabbed, that's one thing. But when you watch the whole video collectively, then it's a little different. Where like I realized I was like, oh, these guys look like young kids that have never robbed anything before.
I could tell you what I thought when I watched it. So when I first watched it, I didn't know what to make of it because like none of the text or whatever was gonna give away the ending, right?
Yeah.
So when I see the robbers come in, I was like, fuck, is this another fucking like Asian hate video?
Where the Asian guy gets destroyed,
fucking killed or murdered or
straight shot in the head for no reason. Yeah.
So I see this guy, and then it's 2-on-1. So you're like, okay, this is already not good odds.
Bad odds, yeah.
Really bad odds. And then you see the guy jump over the fucking counter, and I'm like, oh man, this guy's dying for sure. Because that's like the last 300 videos I've seen.
Yeah.
So to see a dude stand up for himself and then just react immediately, my initial like gut feeling was like, thank God someone is standing up and teaching this person a lesson or whatever. That's like initially what I just had with just the quick snippet that I saw. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when I saw even the longer clip, yes, like you start to realize that these two kids are straight up like juvenile, right? Like they're young, they don't really know what they're doing. But you also kind of get a sense that this dude, the owner, the Vietnamese dude, is giving them an out.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, look, dude. He's like, he looks at me. They're wearing ski masks. He's like, why are you guys wearing those masks?
Yeah.
because
Like,
everyone didn't
just
see that.
He literally says, honestly, just get out of here. And then the guy grabs the cup of coins and he's like, dude, just take the mugs. You can leave the coins. He's giving them fucking outs.
Yeah, because he was like, can you just leave the change? Because I need that.
Yeah.
Because I think most of us saw the shortened video where the guy just jumps over the counter and then he stabs, right? Yeah. And then they released the whole interaction. When the guys come in, he comes to the front of the counter and he goes, why are you guys wearing those masks?
And there's a third guy holding the door open so the auto lock doesn't engage, right?
So there was actually 3-on-1.
There's 3, yeah. So as the 2 guys run out, the third guy lets go of the door and follows him.
And he also did say, you're right, he's like, can you get out of here?
Yeah.
And then they just kind of wander around.
I also read an interview because I was trying to follow up on it because, you know, there's so much information going on and you're kind of just like, did the guy die? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. And the smoke shop person who's working, the Vietnamese guy, he even says in an interview that he's like, I don't know if he's strapped or not.
Exactly.
Can't take
exactly.
Yeah. No, why?
You know what I mean?
But it is dangerous to pull a knife out on a gunfight, dude.
Totally. But right, like same thing. Like I think most people would probably either like choke up and not know what to do. But at the end of the day, you can't pretend like, you know, your life isn't in danger in that situation. Like Bart said, like the immediate thought is like, oh shit, this fool's gonna get blasted. This Asian dude's gonna get destroyed again. Like that's already a fucked up.
It's fucked, yeah.
As soon as the guy hopped the counter, I was like, oh shit. That's, I think, everyone's reaction. Is like, because you usually see videos where guys hop the counter, they put a gun to someone's head. Whatever happens, it's like, that's when shit gets real. But before that, it's like, oh, if someone points a gun, they probably aren't gonna pull the trigger. It's just like, give me your shit, and they leave. But then,
But how do you know that?
in most videos that we see, like they don't.
I know what you're saying, but I'm saying like the story.
If it was you, it's like.
But then when they hop the counter, there's a lot of violence that goes down where they repeatedly beat them
Pistol
over the
whip,
head.
yeah.
I've seen all that.
So then that's when I go, oh shit, they hopped the counter.
Because there's gonna be a struggle if you hop the counter, for sure.
And then also for this guy, he's probably seen so much shit that's happened in the store, you know? And
Did you see anything that said if that's not the first time that's happened?
Oh, I don't know.
Because he was acting like that shit. He was trained or something.
That's what I mean. Like, he's probably been in that situation.
This was in Vegas, right?
Yeah, it was in Vegas. Also, like, the thing is, it's like a privately owned business too, right? Like, I can understand that if you're an employee at maybe like a multi-chain type of establishment, it's not your thing, there's insurance in place. It's like, hey, if, you know, you don't need to be caught in a situation that's gonna put your life in danger, blah, blah, blah. But like when it's a private business, like everything that's on the line, it's your liability as well. You know, like you gotta. I guess I'm talking to all the robbers out there, the would-be robbers. It's like you gotta pay attention to, you know, like what you're trying to even do, because like you go into a private establishment, you don't fucking know shit about those people. You know?
Go to CVS, you know, they're not gonna fucking retaliate.
No. Or Ross. Like, they're not gonna give a fuck.
That store could have been something where they put their entire life savings in and borrowed from all their aunts and uncles to make a dream work. Yeah. So for them, they're like, I need to protect this at all costs.
But Bart, that doesn't matter because the owner should have done the most perfect thing ever, right? Yeah. He should have known exactly what the rules of engagement are. He should have known exactly what to do in this moment.
They could have cut the ankles up. Why don't they just fucking shave the ankles?
Just go for the legs.
You have to kill them.
That is a hot take though, because like, you know, obviously this thing's going super viral. So when you look at all like the comments in different places, it's not super divided, but there are people. There's definitely people that are kind of like, you know, this guy took it too far. Why do you have to stab him 7 times? Oh my God, he's 17. It's like, you don't fucking know.
Yeah,
that,
I know.
In most self-defense courses, if you're met with a threat, you have to assume the worst. Yeah, this guy has done this before. Is an ex-felon. This guy looks way taller than the other dude. Like, you don't go, oh, this guy must be prepubescent or some shit. You know, you gotta immediately go the worst. You have to assume the worst so you can protect yourself and act accordingly. And from my opinion, I think he did a really good job.
How many stories do you have to read where it's like, hey, the guy jumps the counter, he takes the goods, and then he blows the guy away anyway?
That happens.
We've seen it. Exactly. We've all seen it.
Over like negligible amounts of money.
This is what I don't get too, is like people go, is it really worth a life? And I'm like, what about the initiator? What about the guy that came in with the gun?
Was it worth his life?
He thought it was worth a life.
Yeah, he's like thinking, I'll kill you for this fucking $20 bill. Like, so I'm like, why can't that be reciprocated to the fucking aggressor?
I don't know why that even
hindsight's
exists.
2020. That's why.
And then it's like, oh, well, you should be the bigger person and use soft jujitsu skills.
Was that opinion? Is that like a lifelong opinion that has always existed?
There's a lot of people that believe that. They go, oh, well, you don't have to stoop to their level.
It's like
just because.
But is that new?
No.
That's not new?
It's been around.
Why does it feel like it's fucking everywhere
It feels new because there's now Ring cameras everywhere, there's footage everywhere, so now you can actually watch a crime back and judge it yourself.
But I also think how many of those people that are writing those comments as fucking keyboard warriors have been in that same situation?
Exactly.
Zero. And their Guam sucks too for keyboard warriors. The fucking Guam is horrible.
What's Kwan?
They're words a minute, dude. They can't type that fast even. They're little pussies about speed on the fucking keyboard even.
They're like typing like this.
Dude, a lot of people that say this shit, right? What I've noticed in the comments is like, when people have been robbed, when they've been fucking beat and left on the street, like they see this and they go, oh hell yeah, I wish I could have done that.
Yeah.
And in the ones that live in gated ass communities and never fucking saw violence in their lives, they're like, violence is not the answer.
They got so many opinions too.
But you hear guys like the Jocko Willnicks or the Tim Kennedys, the guys who've actually like killed people and have been in the field. Yeah. They always say most people don't know the true reality of violence. Sure. And sometimes it's like, yeah, you don't want to see that shit. Obviously, if you're at home in your living room scrolling on Instagram,
don't follow Jack for it.
Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, it's like this dude felt threatened enough for him to take action.
And dude, look at Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney trained it. He's like, look, a lot of people. They don't know violence. I know violence. I'm Dick Cheney.
Shot a guy in the fucking face, dude.
Yeah, I fucking put a drone on a fucking family of 4. I don't give a shit.
And that guy apparently, the 17-year-old kid, he only had 2 more things to say after "I'm dead" when the Vietnamese dude dragged him closer towards the door, and he literally said, this wasn't my idea. That was the first thing he said.
Wow, he said that?
Yeah, and then the second thing he said is, please don't let me die, sir. And the Vietnamese dude calls the cops on that.
Wow.
Yeah,
You know
and he's
what I'm
just
saying?
trying to keep him alive.
So was there confirmation if the kid passed or no?
I don't think
Last thing I read was he's alive.
Yeah, I mean,
He's in the hospital.
The article I'm looking at now is 5 hours ago, and it doesn't say he died. It just says it's unclear.
Got it.
But like I've never been in that situation, but from my point of view, that seems like a normal concept of protocol. Protect yourself and your establishment, and then after you successfully protect yourself, it's like, all right, this guy has been just neutralized. Like, let me call the fucking cops. Right.
And he dragged him a couple feet closer to the hospital.
And this kid, he's 17, right? He knows that going to a place like this is not is not a good thing to do.
No, especially like a smoke shop. A lot of those guys expect to be robbed alive.
Yeah.
Temple was going straight for the blunts.
A lot of those guys are like ready for shit like that.
And you do that all for
It's kind of fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah, why would you put your life on the line if your life is tough enough where you gotta steal something? And you know what? Like, let's try and be empathetic. That maybe it's tough for a lot of people. You know what I mean? If you're gonna steal something,
not if you're stealing smoke shop shit.
like I feel like if I'm gonna steal something, I'm gonna steal like food.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna be a
Yeah,
fucking Aladdin in Agrabah.
Yeah, dude.
It's either straight up food or straight up money. I'm not gonna steal a blunt roller. You know, like what the fuck?
Go to Target and just steal everything, dude. I do it all the time.
Coming there with a trash bag.
They're insured.
Yeah.
It's called insurance.
They're not gonna do anything.
But I wonder what's gonna happen because Nevada is more of a protect your business, your house kind of situation. If this was in California, 1,000%, this guy would be doing fucking life in prison right now.
Apparently, so far there's been like no charges or anything on this guy, and I think I read the same article or whatever. Like the news reporters were trying to reach out to the Las Vegas PD in that area to see if there was any comments or any updates, but so far nothing is going against the.
I also hope he doesn't feel like mentally fucked from this shit either. You know, like some people.
People always feel
You know?
they don't feel for the murderer. You know. They don't always consider like what the stabber thinks. You know, and that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because he had that's a lot of emotions, like to be stabbing and stabbing like that.
He won't look at his knife the same.
No.
He'll be like, "You work."
Because it's like that one kid, you know, that one kid who shot the mass shooter,
Yeah.
and his family was like, we just are praying that he doesn't have nightmares and
Yeah,
has like
yeah.
recurring, because he did a good thing,
Yeah.
ultimately.
Wait, a kid shot a life
In the mall, yeah.
Oh, the one in yeah.
But it's like, you know, like killing someone's not something normal to go through, you know, especially if you didn't want to do it.
yeah, that's
It's also a
true.
weird thing to take pride in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or be a hero of, right? Because that's like at the end of the day.
But this dude did post this video himself. That's the first way it got out.
I don't know. Apparently, that's what we were all talking about earlier. But
How's the 17-year-old? Is he alive or?
it doesn't say, but it doesn't say he's dead. Nothing says he's dead. So I think it's good to assume he's still alive at the moment. However, one of the top comments said his mama gonna be wiping his ass for the rest of his life.
Ooh.
But that's that's Jackfruit's fault, you know.
Yeah, they shouldn't.
Enabling them comments, you know what I'm saying?
I wonder what Neck Shark comments have to say about this.